And so I doubt they would even listen to me, because again, these are people who have been given orders even to shoot. And you saw that police officer in Gong saying niko na ruhusa ya kukuua, utalala kwa fridge wewe, so it's rather tricky. What we would maybe want to ask our security agencies is to for once remember that they are Kenyans, regardless of the orders, the illegal orders, the very senseless orders, for example those given by CS Murkomen, that they remember that they are Kenyans, they live in this country, they have children, they are parents. If they are very young not to have Gen Zs, then they have brothers and sisters. And so any action that they do on that day and going forward anywhere in this country, that it should be informed by the fact that they are also Kenyans, they have children at home, they have brothers, they have sisters. And that we are all one in this particular struggle. Because they have pay slips, and they can see their pay slips have also been invaded and mutilated. And so just to ask them to appeal to their conscience, that they should not allow themselves to be the ones that will cause any death or any particular injury to any particular Kenyan. But I also want to call upon the youths that will be joining us in the send-off of Bonnie to try to, as much as possible, to express themselves in a peaceable way, and they must not be armed. Anybody who will be found armed, of course, we will know that that is not part of the very peaceful youth that will be coming to send one of their own. And that will, of course, be taken as an enemy of peace and an enemy of Bonnie and the family. And so I think it will end up well. I want to believe it will end up well. But we need to appeal to all the people that will appear there to do everything in a peaceable manner. Nobody must carry any weapon of any kind, or any tool, anything. If anything, just the way Gen Zs do, a phone, maybe a bottle of water, and maybe they can wear a mask in memory of Boniface, who was shot while trying to eke out a living through,
Muranga Senator Nyutu has raised a serious allegation against the government, accusing it of deliberately undermining peaceful protest by deploying hired individuals to infiltrate and disturb demonstration led by Kenyan youth. He also condemned the police for failing to act against this violence element while using excessive force on unharmed citizens. Speaking during an appearance on Morning Cave on TV47, Nyutu said the ongoing Gen Z-led protests have been hijacked by political motivated groups aimed to incite violence and discredit the movement. He alleged that the state is behind the coordination of these groups and blamed the authorities for allowing such acts to occur without consequences. The senator expressed concerns over the growing number of protest-related deaths, especially after police reportedly opened fire during demonstration. He criticized the government security agencies for what he termed selectively enforcement of the law, failing to target actual criminals while using deadly force against peaceful demonstrators. Nyutu also addressed the leadership response to the demonstration, stating that the youth feel abandoned by senior opposition figures, particularly Raila Odinga, whom he accused of sliding into the ruling regime. According to him, is as deepened frustration among Gen Z activists, and many of whom view the veteran politician as a symbol of resistance and reforms. He further criticized the state of parliament, describing it as a compromise and aligned with the executive. He claimed that any legislation or not supporting the government interest stand little chance of passing, or pointing to a broader concerns about the weakening of institution check and balance. The senator urged the public to conduct peaceful protests and called on law enforcement officers to exercise restraint and call for order.
Then we demonize demonstrations. Remember, it's a right of every Kenyan to express dissatisfaction with government through a demonstration. So if we follow that particular line of argument, then we'll be playing into the hands of government, because that is what government wants. That's why they are hiring these goons. That's why they are sponsoring these goons. So what should happen is, let peaceful demonstrators do their demos. Let the police protect life and property. Let the police take action against those against criminals who infiltrate peaceful and lawful demos. Otherwise, if we say that now that when we do, peaceable demonstrations, now we have the result is that we lose life and property. So we would rather not demonstrate. Fine. That will then be the tyrant's heaven. That is what the tyrant wants. So what should happen is people should demonstrate, should differentiate issues. And we cannot sit here and support anything that brings death or destruction to property. But then we must separate issues. The issue is Gen Zs have issues that government needs to address, and not just Gen Zs. They are only a representation of the general feeling of the Kenyan public. There are issues that need to be addressed. So the question that we should be addressing is, how do we demonstrate peaceably and unarmed? Does government prevent those that are doing their their lawful and rightful demonstration from infiltration by criminals? Because the bottom line, Fred, is that the police are not doing what they are supposed to do. They are leaving criminals to infiltrate and carry out their criminal activity.